I would say that Yonkers is a small city in the shadow of a big city, that because it's right next to New York, it is always in that relationship. On first glimpse, Yonkers often looks a little industrial or a little worn down, but there are really beautiful little pockets, little neighborhoods of beautiful old houses and tree-lined streets, and there is the river right there, and there's a beautiful library right on the river. I think that Yonkers is a good place for families. Again, I think that especially for young families, the public schools, when we first moved there, we had a little one already, but she wasn't in kindergarten yet. And we were worried. That was the thing that people asked us about. How can you move to Yonkers? What are you going to do about the schools? And we were very quickly heartened by what we learned and saw about the school district as far as the elementary schools go. There are a lot of options. A lot of them are very good. I'm not going to paint it as something it's not. There are certain parts, even certain houses on my block, where I wouldn't particularly want my kids to go into, but there's a feeling of community watching that when they're outside it's okay and everybody's all together. It's an incredibly diverse mix of people, from talking ethnically, racially, also talking background, class, experience, jobs. We are in the public school system with my 6-year-old daughter, and she, as far as that goes, as far as the diversity aspect goes, we're thrilled. She has friends who are Muslim, Jewish, Hindi, Baptist, who are, from all over the world. I think the culture for creative people in Yonkers is, again, sort of under the surface, sort of waiting to be daylighted. Like, there's an old set of factories on, like, I guess it's Nepperhan Avenue there, where it's called, they call it Yoho, and it's these old factory studios, and they've really turned it into a place, like a little bit of a feeling of there being a center where people come, and there are art studios there, there are some offices, but they're mostly sort of creative type businesses that have their offices there. You are going to drive to find good restaurants, and there are certain stores that you're not going to be able to find in Yonkers, and you're going to go elsewhere, but that's true of all of Westchester. I mean, I think there could be more of a feeling of pride and identity, and I think that's, as I said, rising. But I think there is that sort of feeling that you need to explain when you live in Yonkers. That is a downside, definitely.